If I had a son, and let's say he was around 10, 11 years old, and he came up to me and he asked me to give him a piece of advice, just like a general kind of guideline that he should follow for at least these kind of earlier teenage years of his life, I would tell him this. The number one thing that you should always kind of follow, that you should always try to do, is be outside. Just kind of be outside of the house. Be social, talk to people, socialize, make mistakes, embarrass yourself, feel fear, feel anxiety, get in trouble, get in a fight, experience as much of life, especially the uncomfortable parts, as you can, because these will be the lessons. This will be like the lessons that life will teach you, that will come in handy years after you kind of pass this part, this stage of life. These will be lessons that years in the future will come back to serve you and be more valuable than any money that you could have earned or spent. Because one thing, one mistake that I made, which to this day I still get like consequences from it, was spending my early teenage years kind of the years where you should kind of be learning the most, making the most mistakes, getting kind of shaped by life the most through mistakes and through embarrassments and through like getting into trouble and whatnot. I spent those days sitting at home, being comfortable, playing video games, watching anime, watching PewDiePie on YouTube, being on social media, just being home, ignoring any risk, ignoring anything social, ignoring leaving the house because inside it's comfortable. You're having 6, maybe 7 out of 10 fun constantly. You're never getting into trouble. You're never making any mistakes. It's not anxious. You're not anxious. It's not scary. You don't get in trouble with your parents. You don't get into any fights. You never get in trouble with the police. You kind of just go to school, you come home, and you play video games, and that's it. You do not realize how much this spending my earlier years, like I'm talking like a solid 5, 6 years of my life, from like 12 to 17 around about, but even in the earlier years, you do not realize how much this cost me now. Where instead of going outside, meeting people, talking to people, doing random shit, running from police, getting into fist fights, making mistakes, fucking up, learning. Instead of doing this and instead of having it shape me into a better person, all I did was just play video games all day, scroll on social media, sleep all day. When it would be like the weekend, I would sleep in until like 1 p.m. and then I would just spend all my time on my phone. Wouldn't even be leaving the house at all. I created like this perfect, like comfortable kind of space in my room that I would just never leave for years and years before I started getting more social and going out, which I did it like started doing at like 17 years old, at which point it was already kind of too late. Like you can imagine how consequential this is when now at 19 I'm learning lessons. Like I go out with people, right? I'm being social and I'm learning life lessons that guys learned when they were like 13, 14. I'm still like kind of learning and figuring that shit out. Because while those other guys at those ages were going out, talking to girls, getting into fist fights, whatever, doing whatever you do at that age, I was sitting home playing video games, scrolling on social media, sleeping, not doing anything, not experiencing anything, not seeing anything, not talking to anyone. And that crippled my social skills, it crippled my confidence, it crippled my entire early teenage life. Like if you were to ask me to name you like give you like 5 memories from those years, I'd have trouble because every day was just the same. Wake up, be on my phone. Wake up, be on my phone. Wake up, go to school, come home, be on my phone. So if I had to give you the actionable step, which you should start doing right now, if you're kind of in the same position that I'm in right now, and you're kind of older, kind of missed these younger years of going out, is just start going out now, bro. Like, try your best to be as social as you can. Speak to strangers. This is like, if you're like if you're like too young, this is like the advice that if you're like a really little kid, don't do it. But if you're like 15, 16 years old, talk to strangers. Just start conversations with people. That will improve you a lot. You will learn a lot of stuff. Your social skills will skyrocket just from doing that one simple thing. But again, just try meeting more people. Try being more social. Try going out more. Because the fact is, you can't go back in time. And the stuff that you missed in your earlier years will be missed for the rest of your life. You cannot get those years back and you cannot get those experiences back. But you should try your best to live this part of your life in the way that you always wanted to live. Because in 5 to 10 years, you will be thinking back on these years, regretting not being more social or not going out more, or maybe even not achieving some goal that you have. So, in essence, just search for discomfort. Whenever you're faced with decisions in life, choose the more difficult one. Fail, fail, fail constantly. Choose the path of more resistance. Be uncomfortable. Feel fear. Feel anxiety. That's what will help you and that's what will mold you into the person, into your best self. If you found this video helpful, I think you'll find a lot of value in this video right here. Click on the subscribe button and do the work.